Hello everyone, welcome. First, before we do anything, thank you very much for the words of condolence and prayers and everything. I did read all of them. Thank you very, very much. They meant a lot to me. As you can tell, I'm still not quite myself. Um, what is itself is right down there. Where are we? I took off from Cordoba, Argentina. Why do I have pictures of Ricardo Montalban in my head? Cordoba. Corinthian leather. Uh, yeah. And what is over there? That's actually Sao Paulo in Brazil. And where we're going to be going to is Salvador, right on the coast. We are in the IniBuilds A306 Bravo passenger version. I'll show you the livery. It's actually quite beautiful. Well, I mean, I like it. You know, I've got my, sort of favorites, if you will, when it comes to sort of color schemes and that. This reminds me of the old Eastern hockey stick kind of livery, if you will. Was it Eastern Airlines had the hockey stick? This is Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro in October of 1947 was the second airline that was chosen by the Brazilian government to be authorized to fly to the United States. Aerovisas Brazil had already been granted a license, and Cruzeiro was allowed to serve San Juan, Puerto Rico, Washington, D.C., and New York. At the time, they did have a fleet of two Airbus A300 aircraft. I'm not sure if those were 2s or 6s. And they also had the A306. They had two of those, which were the B4 variant, which is exactly this one. And this is the actual registration the aircraft flew. Papa Papa dash Charlie Lima Alpha. So this is a really cool livery. I love it. Very simple, straight liveries. Not the... I understand why they put it up there. I would have preferred it probably down over here somewhere. But then it would have been blocked by when, the jetways come in or air stairs, etc. Modeling on the aircraft, it's very good. We got the GE variant on for this flight. It also has the Pratt & Whitney option. I wish it had Trents. Trents are my thing. I like Trents, but that's me. Beautiful reflection work on the plain metal. It's a very good looking aircraft. It really, really is. I don't know if we can see it. You can see like fluid wear over the years and everything. It's really very well done. Yeah, anti-aliasing. The anti-aliasing in this sim is horrible. Thankfully, they will be working on it. The decals are nice and clear. Like, there's no mistaking. That's GE. And other than that, this is a long flight. It's 1,400 and something, almost 1,500 nautical miles in total. Going sort of from towards the Pacific Ocean side to the Atlantic side. The South Atlantic, obviously. And we can go outside, look at down below. This has been kind of everything that it's been the entire flight. Actually, the beginning flight, it was just this. Complete solid overcast. Of course, the seasons are starting to change in the northern and southern hemispheres. As we those of us in above the equator start progressing through spring and heading towards summer. And of course, south of the equator, it's the exact opposite. It's still warm down there regardless, but awesome reflections and PBR work. You can see every single rivet clearly. This aircraft is also available in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have had a chance to fly it just once. Which do I prefer? This one. The flight model is way more accurate. This aircraft, man, when I want to turn it, and I've actually taken off autopilot and making a turn, man, do I feel the weight and the inertia of it. Like, it takes a lot of rudder for me to get it to want to come back around and all that. Also, I like the flight deck. The coloring and the texture work of it far better than I do in Microsoft. It looks more like a modern Airbus sort of texture work, if you will. This aircraft, when you buy it, you also get it for X-Plane 11, and use the INI manager, INI manager. Interviews with people and founders of IniBuilds go. Half our employees call it INI builds. Half of them call it IniBuilds. It's like either or. It doesn't matter what you call it. And of course that. It doesn't matter what you call it as long as you buy it. Given their focus now primarily on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and unlike some in the community, I'm not going to fault them for it. Look, they're developers. These aircraft take a long time to develop, and during that time, you're not bringing in money. This was the first aircraft they ever released. Back in X-Plane 11. And all that time, you've got no money coming in until you put it out to the public, and, you know, the people get a chance to fly it, and, you know, come what may. So, you know, during that whole time, you know, people got mortgages to pay, car payments, insurance, medical bills, mortgages, food, like all these things still go on. So for them to take the money, I don't really blame them. You know, they've got mouths to feed, you know, mortgages to pay and all that. And let's face it, you know, Asobo has got deep pockets because Microsoft has deep pockets. Would I suggest buying this for X-Plane? It's kind of a mixed bag. One, I think it needs to be cut in half on price. I think $64.99 or $65.99 is a tall ask. Given this aircraft gets very, very, very few updates. They just did release one, though, about a month or so ago, which I am flying right now. But otherwise, I would say wait for a sale. I hate to say that, but I'm just not convinced they are committed to X-Plane. You know, and you don't know at any point in time, this could become abandonware. I don't think they would do that. They've always been very committed back in the X-Plane 11 days, especially with this aircraft. Anytime X-Plane, if it did get an update and something was not quite working right, they were out with a patch, you know, saying, we know what's going on, we're working on it, we're talking to Laminar, finding out what it is they actually did and changed, you know, kind of thing. So I don't expect that to change. when 12.1 comes out, if all of a sudden this doesn't function properly, that they will just not update it. Here's the thing. I don't know what their business arrangement is with Microsoft. I am pretty sure they said, look, we still have to support our Beluga and that in A300 in X-Plane. And just because we just got an update a month or so ago, obviously Microsoft, yes, that's true. But you're not allowed to develop anything else for it, for X-Plane, which would be sad because they're a very good developer. They really, really are. But we will see. It having an exclusivity, because right now you can't tell. Is there some kind of contract exclusivity deal that says you only develop for Microsoft? Or is IniBuilds just making a business decision that, you know, X-Plane 12 sales numbers and that just aren't there. They're rising, but, you know, we have 1 million people flying Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like, we can't make X-Plane our focus. So, who knows? It's up in the air. Anyways, I still have about 700, 600 miles to go. And we have a lot of clouds. So what I'll do is I'll bring you back, top and descent. We're expecting runway 10 into the airport. I don't think anything else has changed. We can check real quick. Give me the ATIS panel update. No, winds are still 130. So runway 10 is still the preferred runway for sure. Anyways, glad to have you on board. Don't forget to smash a like, share, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell so you get notified whenever I go live or whenever I put a new video up or a community post. Click show more. You'll find out everything I'm using, where you can get this aircraft for yourself should you not have it. And you'll also find a link to my Discord and how you can help keep the lights on via a one-time PayPal donation by buying me a coffee on there, kind of thing. Thanks for flying along on Cruzeiro Flight 502 non-stop from Cordoba, Argentina to Salvador, Brazil. Glad to have you with me. And a warm welcome back, everyone. Thought I'd bring you back for the sunset. The thumbnail was taken just before sunset. Sorry, it's going to be sort of a dusk night landing into Salvador, Brazil. The time zones mess you up, kind of thing. You'll see. It's only 20:35, so it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. Or on the west coast of North America, 4:35 in the afternoon. If you're on the east coast, what would that be like? 2:35 Mountain Central, something like that, in the U.S. and Canada. But here, it's totally different. We're south of the equator. That is the Atlantic Ocean out there. The winds have really calmed down. The snow, I don't know if it'd be forming up here yet on some of these higher... they're mountains. I mean, we call Grouse Mountain a mountain. It's like 5,000 feet. That's because of auto ortho. It depends when the imagery was taken. Obviously. There's a movie this image reminds me of. It's not coming to me right now. But cover for the I think it was a VHS tape. Was it Titan AE? I'm trying to remember. Anyways, we're there. We're coming up on top of descent. We're about 40 miles away. I've already run my numbers, got my decision heights in both places. Already run the numbers. I'm ignoring that. I can't land an aircraft this size, this heavy, that slow. I just can't do it. That's me, okay? I'm just not that good a sim pilot. I'm not a real world pilot. I don't profess to be. I'm just a person that loves to fly aircraft in a simulator. I'm a make-believe pilot flying make-believe planes. And at the end of the day, if I have a smile on my face, it was a great day. I don't care if I blow the landing, I snap the landing gear, I don't strive for perfection. I just like to fly and go to places that I'll never probably see in my life for real, and I just want to go there and see what it is like. So I'm going to Salvador. Now, I've never seen Rio in real life either, and I could have gone into there, but everybody goes into Rio, or Sao Paulo. I wanted to go to Salvador. Why? It was on the coast, and I love landing by the coast, because you never know what the weather and the winds are going to do. And I see they are picking up as I get closer to the coast. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get you to around there. I want to get in 10, and when I get to about here with that little banana thingy, that is when I will put it into profile descent. You do that by clicking over here. Get the down arrow. That's the equivalent of pulling, and that will go from profile alt to profile descent. The VDEV will come up and everything like that. We have a hard cap at 4,000, and then I need to go down to 1,700 for the final approach fix intercept of the glide slope. I hope to have the ILS and localizer long before that. But once I see it's got 4,000, I will then dial in 1,700 part way through. The descent. The flight has been perfect. Some things, because I know somebody's going to say something, it's like, well, you just love X-Plane. That is true. There are things about the Microsoft version that I do like. Primarily, I really like the tablet. The EFB on the Microsoft version of this aircraft. I like it better than this one. I think it looks much like you, instead of having to go through this, you actually have menu icons, and they're all really nice looking, and you got a beautiful background. You can change all this and that. I didn't even know that was there. What the heck are you? Oh, that's where the power... I was going to say, this thing needs a power button, so it's not on all the time. I didn't... See, I just learned something, and I've had this aircraft for a while. And outside. Just in case, well, I mean, some of you have already flown this. In case you're curious, yes, the interior is modeled. You do have screens. I think the beacons in all these aircraft, like, you're not going to see the beacon flashing inside the cabin, okay? You're just not. That's not how they work. The beacon is underneath the aircraft and on top of the aircraft. And while these are pretty and shiny, they're not that shiny. That is going to be an issue. I've got to get in here now. And we'll come over to here. Boom. Profile descent is armed. When it gets to the point, the VDEV will come up and we should be good. If not, this is going to be a really rough flight. There we go. We got the VDEV. There's always a little bit of a delay, and then this should change to P descent or P des. And there we go. And now it will spool back, go to 4,000 RPM, 4,000 feet. Going to be kind of a nighttime landing. I wasn't planning on that, but I mean, I totally forgot this time of year. Obviously, in the northern hemisphere, our days are getting longer, but down here in the southern hemisphere, the days are getting shorter. Well, the days aren't getting shorter. The sunlight hours available are getting shorter. So we should have a lovely dusk, sundown approach into Salvador. I have never been to Salvador, Brazil. In the sim, in any sim that I can recall, in any of the simulators. So it's a default airport. The only thing I'm using right now to enhance anything is I don't know if SFD Global works in South America, but if it does for AutoGen, like for the houses and stuff like that, then that is running, and Auto Ortho. The aircraft is Payware, and of course Xenviro is Payware. X camera is Payware, but you can use... Okay, I gotta write that down. Insert your freaking key for X camera. Because I can't use my orbit cam and all that stuff without it. I keep forgetting. It took me forever. The same as it took me forever to remember to install my Mango sound pack for my A340 from Jar Designs. All courtesy of viewer donations, because all the money gets poured back into the channel. As you see, it finds its happy place. I've never spoken to an A300 pilot, but I've seen people that are online, and I've seen some in-cockpit flight videos and such, like real life, where pilots have said, you know, this can even in cruise alter like 100 feet up, 100 feet down, and then it goes back. And as the air pressures outside change, even though we're saying the pressure is 29 or 9 or 2, the aircraft knows that's not true. Modern aircraft have the ability to compensate for that. This is one of the first aircraft that never had a third person in the flight deck. It may be the first one. And it's the early days of autopilot and vertical deviation and, you know, setting up profile, just, you know, like descent profiles and everything else. It has a limited memory database. This McDo looks a lot like a Boeing. It has a yoke like a Boeing. It's like, it's early days, but this aircraft can carry a lot. We have 208 people on board, by the way, just in case you're curious, 208 of you. I'd love 208 likes. And also as a cargo aircraft, it can carry a lot of stuff a long way. I did a flight from Anchorage to Narita in this. Before, what is this, like 5 months ago or so? I don't think it's up on the channel because I took the 747 from San Francisco into Haneda, I believe, for a long haul I did on a live stream. But I have done a flight in this from Anchorage into Haneda, non-stop, with like it basically at almost maximum takeoff weight. And it flew fine. One thing I will tell you, you need to do something. I got to get this over here. Where is it? X-plane. No, that's not the one. This one. Okay, here we go. So you need to go into your aircraft and then choose the IniBuilds. Do this for both your freighter and your passenger version. Go down here, go to plugins. Normally, you will also see an INI autosave. Get rid of that. You don't need to delete it. Just right-click it, choose Cut, okay, and then find a place to put it. On your desktop, in your Documents folder, any place you want. Just get it out of this folder. And that will stop you having freezes, X-plane crashing to the menu, crashing to desktop. I don't know what it is, but the autosave feature in this is completely busted. It just completely messes up X-plane. So that will cure your problems. Lovely. Now it's so dark, I hope I can find the runway. Please don't be foggy. Go here. ATIS. Update. You can also look up other airports, like your alternate, if you wish. What is my alternate? SBRF. And you click Query for that one. Make sure you hit the Enter key on your keyboard. I'm going to say this is not very VR friendly. Not that I own a VR headset, but maybe it's easier than it seems, but that's just a pain. The other thing is, this always keeps focus once you've clicked on it. So to get focus back, click outside the tablet and just go like, then you can get control again. Yeah, sun is officially down. Okay, I don't like those lights. I want a darker cockpit somewhat. UI will turn up. The overhead panel will turn down a bit. And we're coming down beautifully. What is the transition level here, by the way? By ATC. So I'm going to use 14,000 feet. And the QNH is 10. What, you know what? 1012. Let's just do that now. There we go. I mean, it's going to make a difference of about 15 feet, so. I do have the engine sounds and the environment and all that turned up, so hopefully I will have been able to edit that because I'm recording separate microphone tracks. But when I fly, I like the noise. You can turn that down a bit and you down a bit. No, just leave it where it was. Otherwise, when I go to edit the video, it'll be a mess. There we go. That is called BP Volume Control. It's a Lua script. You can download it from the X-Plane forums. It saves you having to do this. You can alter these kinds of things without having to pause the simulator. Very handy if you like to fly on that sim, because they really don't like it if you pause the sim. Iveo doesn't, Pilot Edge doesn't, none of them. And that's coming in nicely. Yeah, that's on. Okay. And like with the A340, I'm going to start to slow us down now. Hopefully. And I'm just going to do it the easy way. Oh, wrong one. That one. We'll get the logo light on because we're proud of who we're flying. I think the beacons in a lot of these Payware aircraft are, maybe it's my settings, I don't know, but I find them really overdone. Little too bright. I realize in real life they're bright because they need to be seen. I get that. Get you to slow down. And it is beginning to slightly slow down. Maybe we'll give it a bit of a hand. We'll extend the speed brake just a bit. And I'm going to continue to slow us down to 210. I'm always overly cautious, I know. But okay, 20 seems to be a good level. What is 5,000, isn't it? 4,000 or above, it's actually 5, but okay. There we go. It's not the longest of finals. Sorry for the night landing. I completely, I just didn't think. I know people don't like night flights. Let's go outside, shall we? I think those are a little bright. A little too big. Maybe that's the way they are on the 300. I'm not sure. But as you see, it's got fully functional lighting, strobes and everything. Does it have the red greens on the proper side? Okay. That is wicked. That looks... It almost looks demonic. Don't like that. Again, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit the like and the share, comment, subscribe if you enjoy my more laid-back style. Where you're sitting right over there in the first officer's seat with me. That sunset is going to look awesome when I play this back after I've edited the video on my projector. Because I don't actually own a TV, I use a projector. And I have and we're going to Kibix. Yep, that's correct. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. And now I'm going to slow to 190. Again, I'm going to give it a hand. I want to get at the green dot speed. And then I can safely, around 203, 205, I can safely put out the ground spoilers. And it's coming down nicely. Now I'm going to set 1700. You just don't want to slow down, do you? That's fine. I'll put up slats. They can handle this speed. There we go. Now we can get you back, get you up. I am unfamiliar with the airport, so we'll do auto brake medium. (102), 111.90, those do match. And here we go. There's the airport, there's the city drawing in. I do not have extended night lighting installed for South America. Only for Asia, Eurasia, and parts of the Middle East. Wish me luck on this. I've never flown to this airport before, so this should be interesting. Remember, VL, that is for localizer. If you're doing a localizer approach. And it met the height restriction of 4,000 at cubics. That is good. And here we go. I forgot to set you, didn't I? There we go. Want to limit you to 15 degrees. I find if you have this on normal, it tends to fly, and then it wants to sit and muck around for like 20 minutes correcting itself. It's a pain in the butt on approach. That's just a flickering star. I don't have Traffic Global running. I actually don't own it. A little pricey for my thing. I am saving up, so if you feel like, buying me a coffee via the PayPal link down below, as well as my Discord, I am saving up the funds, and I will get Traffic Global, so we have some AI traffic. Oh, yes, ma'am. Let me take a look at it there, please. Shift 8. There we go. There's the city of Salvador. I'm going to get in trouble. I know. I'm going to go fly right through it. That looks awesome. I'm sorry. Oh, actually, I have a camera view set up for that. 2? No, 1. There we go. Speaking of which, let's get you just on. That way it'll, the motors are kind of set up. And we'll get our over here. Runway's right ahead. We can see that. Don't worry about that line. That is to fly back over to Gevmo for the missed approach. Landing system on both sides. This is my center line, just in case you're curious. Come on, Diamond, start coming down. And now I will get the second set of flaps in. Well, the first level flaps. Slow to 177. Diamond is coming in. Landing. Gear. Flaps 20. What was my VREF? 132. Flaps 3. Well, flaps full. Slots and flaps are full. Oh, this is a beautiful approach, man. With the way the highway is and the lighting and the city off on the right, this is beautiful. Sorry for the engine noise. Auto throttle off. Autopilot off.
Approaching 10.
My aircraft, let's land this sucker. Give me a good landing, please. She loved Brazil.
400.
Confirm. Little high, that's fine.
Three 300. 200. 100. 40. 25.
Reversers on. Manual braking. Reverser stowed. Welcome to Salvador. My best landing? Definitely not. Totally off. Final mile descent rate was way too quick. But I enjoyed it regardless. And here we go. We call up the airport chart. We go, well, there's only one way to go, which is off to the right, obviously. Laminar, you need some centerline markings here. Not centerline markings, taxiway markings. Well, oh, the rudders for this aircraft are just messed up. I don't know if it's a setting in the tablet or what. That is a nice looking airport. That is something you will never see on Microsoft Flight Simulator. An airport that actually has the area, ramp, and the tarmac lit. Although this will probably be lit, although the lights will be sitting 3 feet in the air, but I mean it'll be lit. This is what I would expect coming into an airport at night. Well, I'm going to tell you, that is what I see when I come into an airport at night. Obviously not from the flight deck. I have a brake fan. We don't need to do that yet. And let's get you up. As there's no lighting, yes, I should have the landing lights off and all that. I understand that. But I'm not going to see the taxi lines. Not with these old eyes. I actually spent all of yesterday with an ophthalmological surgeon or whatever they call it. I'm just going to taxi across here. I don't care. Actually, no, I'm going to have to get over here. Otherwise, won't be able to get into the building probably. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this. 1, 2. You to taxi. Yeah, you see, I can't really, I can kind of see the line. IniBuilds really needs to brighten up the taxi light, like big time. But that is true of every sim I have ever been in, other than some of the aircraft I flew in P3D back in the day. The taxi lights are just horrendous. And the taxi lights in real life are bright as all get out. And where am I going to park? I don't even... This airport is not made for an aircraft like this. I can already see that. Let's just pick one. Oh, those engine sounds are so good. Mr. Reminoff, do you hear that? That is what an Airbus should sound like. Yeah, we're totally off center. Don't get me wrong. I know that. APU is available. APU on the bus. Don't worry, you're not going to have to watch me shut this all down. Parking brake set. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this flight, folks. It was with a heavy heart making it, as I did get the news just the other day. But I wasn't actually going to put this video up, but I thought, you know, I got to put something up on the channel for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to make this real short, sweet. Ring the notification bell so you get notified when my videos go live. And of course, click show more. You can find out where you can get auto ortho this aircraft. The airports were default. You can find where you can get the Avitab and XRAS and SFD Global that I use. That looks really good. You know, stuff like that. And you can also find my Discord, how you can help us keep the lights on and get new add-ons and planes and everything else for you. To give you our opinion on and fly. Until the next time, stay safe, be kind to one another, keep the blue side up, and I'll see you in the skies. Take care, everyone. God bless.